together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah. It's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim. And today we get two games in the NHL. One game in the NHL, two games in the NBA. And then we get I believe a full baseball card as well to go over. But before we get to today's games, before we get into today's slate, I'll take a look back at what happened yesterday. 1-1 right, 1-1 wrong in the world of sports betting. It was an ugly day for me. The only thing that was profitable for me was the WNBA. Starts off with hockey, 0-3, down 3.54 units. Just an incredibly frustrating run right now. I'm 0-10-1 in my last 11 playoff hockey plays. So I'd like to win one. The last time I won one was Game 2 money line with Edmonton. So that was fun. Florida Panthers -1, -129, loser. Florida Panthers team total over 3.5 plus 115, loser. We head back to Boston for Game 6. Fun. Edmonton Oilers team total over 3.5 -125 was a loser as well. They win the game, and they only scored 3 goals. That was incredibly frustrating there. But it is what it is. NBA split out, went 1-1. The under in New York and Indiana won. The under in Denver, Minnesota was a loser. That one finished at 209, I believe. So it went over by a couple points. So 1-1 down a tenth of a unit there. Baseball went 3-7. The Mets to start off the day was a bad idea. Toronto-Baltimore first 5 under 4 was postponed. Detroit for -1 was a loser. First 5 under 4.5. Miami-Detroit was a winner. Pittsburgh-Milwaukee, first 5 under 4.5, loser. Guardians winner. They've won the first 2 games against the Texas Rangers as the Rangers continue to reel there. It's been fun to watch. Chicago and Washington, first 5 under 4.5 for Game 1, was 1-0 heading into the 5th inning. And then the 5th inning ended 3-3, so that sucked. First 5 under 3.5 was a loser. In St. Louis, LA. Another first 5 under that lost in the bottom of the 5th. Cincinnati, Arizona, first 5 under 4.5, loser. And the Giants plus 160 loser as well. 3-7 down 4.6 units in baseball. WNBA did go 2-0. It would have been a little bit better if I added the Sun and I added the money lines for the two dogs I took. Washington plus 11. They lose by 5. Minnesota plus 8.5. They win outright. So nice little winner there for the Lynx. 2-0 in the WNBA, up 2 units there. Overall, 5-11, down 6.24 units. An ugly day yesterday. Hopefully today is better.
Yeah, it was a profitable day on the site, though.
I don't get that.
Well, here's we started off with the split on the EPL game. I wish I just kept it at my one play because I had the under 4. Nice winner. I added Tottenham, ended up splitting out. I mentioned the Nationals yesterday. Nationals first game run line, Nationals second game run line. They covered one of them. We came out profitable. I was happy with that. What the heck's going on with Detroit? The Tigers have lost 2. No, they didn't lose last game, but they have not covered, cashed our bet in 2 straight games against the Miami Marlins. You mentioned the Panthers already. The Chicago Cubs were definitely not the play. The Pacers were definitely not either. I'll get to that. I'll get to the other NBA game in a minute. At WNBA, welcome back. Connecticut Sun, -5. Winner by 21. The over in the Aces game, over 169. Landed at 169. I will say I'm a little bit pissed off about something. What did I forget to do with that game, Nick? Fade the banner raising.
Oh, did Phoenix cover?
Phoenix lost by 9. They would have covered the 16. And Minnesota plus 8.5 or 7.5 They won by 13. So 2-0-1 start to the WNBA season. So I'm very happy with that. But by far, my favorite game of the night. How about them Nuggets? Up 3-2 now in the series, taking control. And teams in a 2-2 series, teams that win game number 5 win the series 82% of the time. So very happy to see that. Hopefully they close it out in Minnesota. I do not want to see them play another game in Denver until the Western Conference Finals. Big games from Murray and Joker. Gordon was huge as well. And some nice defense from Mr. Christian Braun. So that was fun to see, including probably one of my new poster that I kind of want to get now. Because we've had a couple of them in the in this series so far between Joker's dunk and everything. But I think when it comes to it, let's pull it up. I think this would definitely be a fun poster. Anthony Edwards just getting absolutely stuffed by Christian Braun. Love to see it. But overall, it was up 0.39 units, so barely up yesterday, but up nonetheless. Very happy with how yesterday went.
There you go. At least one person is.
Do you want to go to the chat real quick? I'm quickly putting in the. I think I'm just gonna have one WNBA play today.
Well, isn't it only one game?
2 games.
2 games. Okay.
I might add one. I'm gonna have both of them. I'm gonna have both games.
Yeah. Good morning, team. Good morning, Real Deal Prime. Here we go again. People hating the Astros, which is gonna make me like them even more. Morning, brothers. What's good? Stop Geo. They're like, my guys, let's smash these bookies today. Let's do so. If Skinner played, the Canucks would have won. If this would have happened, if that would have happened, if this would have happened, if that would have happened. Logan Webb under 17.5. Alex plus 125. Interesting look. I'm going to be on the Giants, but that's needless to say. Let's get into this one here, where I think I'm going to add a play for this game as well. We have Game 5, Western Conference second round, Dallas Stars, Colorado Avalanche in this game here. The Stars lead the series 3-1. Series basically over, but will it be over after this game is the ultimate question. We have the Dallas Stars opening up as minus 142 favorites. It's now around 145. And we have this line open up at a 6.5 plus 106. It's now 6.5 plus 108. So a slight move towards the under and a move towards the Stars in this one here. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game where we have, let's take a look. If this will load, there we go. 85% of the tickets, 78% of the cash is on the Dallas Stars in this game. 77% of the tickets and 68% of the cash is on the over in this spot as well. And looking at this game, the more and more I'm looking at this one here, this kind of feels like Game 4 of New York, Carolina. Feels like last night's game between Florida and Boston. Everybody counting one team out, writing the series is over, and we see the series get extended. Teams facing elimination are 3-0 so far in the second round. So we've yet to have an elimination. Hopefully tonight's not that night. The Colorado Avalanche last game could not have played any worse. They got off to a horrid start, where I think they were outshot 17-2 in the first period and just didn't look the same after that. Just didn't look the same. Also, last game, no Devon Toews. They expect him to be back in the lineup, which is good. They'll get Caleb Jones out of the lineup, who committed 2 penalties. I think both of them, or one of them, led to a power play goal for the Stars. And also before the game started, last time, about an hour before, Valerie Nichushkin was ruled out. I think that really affected them mentally heading into Game 4 of that series. I look for Colorado to step up and be better this game. And maybe this series goes 6 and then they ended in Colorado, Dallas. But I look for this series to be extended at least one more game. And then you head back to Ball Arena, where Who knows if Colorado loses 3 in a row in Colorado? Then we're back in Dallas for Game 7, and you never know what can happen from there. I'm already on plus 130 with the Colorado Avalanche here on ESPN Bet, and I'm going to add the first period money line as well. You give me a Colorado Avalanche team that could not have played any worse in Game 4. Everybody counting them out. I think they show up here and they steal Game 5 on the road.
I mean, you already know what I'm kind of looking at in the series. So, you already know I'm on the Stars to win the cup at this point because I know my Hurricanes bet is dead.
It's not dead yet.
They were down 3-0. They're not coming back. Anyways, so this is kind of my only future that I'm really holding out on is the Dallas Stars. And honestly, and I know you love looking at the numbers. How is everything in the locker room really gonna mess with this Avalanche team? With Nichushkin getting suspended and all that stuff going on, it just seems like a really rough spot for this Colorado Avalanche team. And now on top of that, they're down 3-1. I think Dallas finishes out tonight at home. I just don't see this one getting back to Ball Arena here. So I would lean more towards Dallas in this game. I think the Avalanche season is over.
We'll see. Probably is.
Back to the chat.
Let's see. Let's go. Avs money line. McKinnon 2 goals. McKinnon needs to step up. He's been non-existent the last 3 games. Mm-hmm. Those 3 losses, you couldn't spot him with the telescope. Over 6.5. Yeah, I could definitely see an over 6.5, especially if Dallas is leading heading to the third period. Makar assists, Rantanen assists. Lehkonen assists. He's on the first line. Yeah. I don't know, man. Avs look rough. I mean, so the Bruins last few games. They extended it to 6. Devon Toews comeback is huge. Definitely Devon Toews needs to get back in the lineup and play. That would be huge if he, which they're expecting him to. It was an illness the last game for him. So there was that. So we'll move on. So I'm on the Avalanche first period plus 112 on FanDuel is what I got for that one, and then the full game plus 130 is the way I moved on this one. Those here. Let's get into the NBA. We have the Boston Celtics and the Cleveland Cavaliers. 14.5 is the spread in this game for the Celtics. Total 205.5. Opened up at a 205.5. Got down to a 203.5. Back to a 205.5. Line opened up at a 15.5. Went from a 15 down to went from a 15.5 down to a 15 down to a 14.5. So we've had a point line movement here towards the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now all the Celtics have to do is win this game. Do they really care about covering this big number is the ultimate question. 68% of the tickets, 67% of the cash is on the Cavaliers spread with the line moving towards them. Checks out. 98% of the tickets, 96% of the cash on the over with the line really not moving. I would lean towards the under in this game. I don't feel the need to bet this game. I haven't bet much of the New York-Indiana series, and I haven't bet much of this Boston-Cleveland series. It'd be taking the points or nothing for me, personally. I've not been really having daily plays on these games because I'm sitting with OKC plus 180 to win the series against Dallas. I'm sitting with the Nuggets plus 110 to win the series against Minnesota. And that's all I've got with these series. So at this moment, I don't feel the need to get to anything. So it's a pass for me at the moment in the spot.
Yeah, I already know all my futures are dead now. We needed it to be 2-2 going back to Boston. It's no longer there. The series is over. I'm never laying 14.5 points. I'm just going to stay off this game. So this will be the game that Cleveland wins outright because I didn't bet it. But I at this point, Nick, 8-1 on Cleveland to win the series. X. Cleveland 18-1 to win the East. Garbage. 33-1 to win the entire thing. Garbage. I already know this at this point. It is what it is, and we move on. They were smaller bets, but it was still a future I was sweating out, hoping that that I would be able to get it. But it is what it is. And we kind of just move on.
Well, in your defense, when you bet that, you were expecting the Cavaliers to be the 2 seed.
I was. Even then, I mean, at this point, who would they have had to play then instead? Cleveland would have been the 2, so New York would have been the 3.
Mm-hmm.
So they would have had to play New York in the second round.
Yep.
So
that would have been an easier match than Boston.
Yeah, but they still have had to get Boston in the ECF. So.
And there was still a chance that you could have seen Boston get eliminated this round.
I guess. Back to chat. Where did you leave off?
It says 3.
Morning, gentlemen. Morning, Untouchable. Cleveland money line. You have some balls. Was pretty solid yesterday. Looking to keep it going. Most of the markets now, Orioles minus 130 seems like a good value with Bradish. If you can get me some minus 120 still out there. There you go. What did Baltimore do yesterday?
Postponed.
Ah.
Yeah, you're trying to find your betting Baltimore every day thing. Yeah, it got rained out.
So did they have no? It's not a doubleheader today. It's just one game today.
Nope, it got rescheduled for I think July.
All right. So I'll end up having to do a little bit thing with that. All right. Now let's head to the one game I do have some money on.
Yeah, and I not indirectly. I basically have. I basically have the Thunder in this game as well, just from my prop that I took. Line opened up at a 5. It's down to a 4. So we do have a 1-point line movement here toward Dallas in this game. So market kind of liking Dallas a little bit. Line opened up at a 213 down to a 212.5. We have 58% of the tickets and 50% of the cash on Dallas. So that kind of explains the line move towards them a little bit. Not really though. 91% of the tickets, 86% of the cash on the over with the line moving, I believe, slightly towards the over here as well. And once again, this is not a game I'm not going to have any action in the NBA today. And I have the Thunder to win the series plus 180, and that's about it. I don't feel the need to add to anything here. I think if I'm going to be betting any of these games, I think I would do exactly what I did yesterday and take the unders in both these games. That would be the only way I can look to bet either of these games. It's a pass for me. With the full slate of baseball and hockey to worry about, I did not get involved with. And WNBA. I'll have some WNBA action probably, but I will not have NBA action.
On the Thunder. I've been riding this Thunder team throughout the playoffs. I've been riding this Thunder team throughout the season in general. I had them preseason to win the championship at 80-1. So this is a Thunder team that I've been high on for a long time. And yes, I'm going to continue to back them here. What a meltdown in game number 4 for the Mavericks. Honestly, this series should be 3-1 right now. And it's not. So that's beautiful to see. And I do like this Thunder team today. I got them at -4. I wouldn't hate an under in this game. 3 out of the 4 games have gone under. And those totals were 218.5, 217, 216.5, 215.5. And now the totals dropped to 212.5.
Oh, it's absolutely under or nothing.
Yes, for sure. But I like the Thunder to get their 3rd win in the series and go up 3-2, and then hopefully it sets it up for a Denver, Oklahoma City Western Conference Finals.
That'd be very profitable.
That would be very, very nice. Swept WNBA yesterday. Spreads were solid. Fade the banner night and the over, never in doubt. I didn't get the over because it pushed for me. Golden Nuggets and the Oilers were wonderful. Love my Nuggets. Dallas +4. Not interested. Corbin Day. Corbin Day. Mavs money line. Luka 30 points. Kyrie 25. You know what? If you're going to go after it, go after it. Mavs first to 10. Mavs first to okay. You're all in on the Mavericks today. Okay. Rockies for DK up too early yesterday. Had it.
I never
had to run it back. I saw the Frauders hit -305 at one point in the afternoon.
That must have been after the show. I don't really look at lines after the show as much.
Yeah.
I should have.
The Mavs need to go. Luka is annoying, and he's crying to the ref every play. Let's go, OKC. I like it. Rockies and Nationals are my looks again for the up 2 promo when it comes to plus money. Orioles, if I want a pick 'em value. Speaking of the Orioles,
Let's get it started. We have the Baltimore Orioles and the Toronto Blue Jays. We have the Orioles minus 135 favorites, total of 7 in this game. Yusei Kikuchi and Kyle Bradish, your pitching matchup here. Line opened up at a 141. It's down to a 120 now. So we've had a move towards, or it really opened up, my bad, at around a 125. It opened up 141, but it went to a 125 immediately after like a minute. So the real opening line was 120. Because sometimes you'll see them throw those lines out that are like way off and then immediately adjust them. And the line opened up at a 7.5. It's down to a 7. So a move towards the under and a move towards the Toronto Blue Jays, expecting Kikuchi to pitch well. Taking a look at the cash flow, 84% of the tickets and 99% of the cash is on the Orioles, with the line moving towards the Blue Jays. Definitely interests me in Toronto. 38% of the tickets are on the under. 59% of the cash is on the under. So the sharp money coming on the under, line moving towards it. Definitely piques my interest in an under here. No, it's not Cole Irving, it's Kyle Bradish. I have to switch that in my my spreadsheet because it did not switch over. So it's going to be Kyle Bradish, which is alrighty still. So there we go. Yusei Kikuchi, 2.81 ERA, 0.94 WHIP, 7.31 strikeouts per nine, which is 21%. 0.56 walks per nine, a 277 BABIP, a 2.53 FIP, and a 3.52 Sierra. On the flip side, we have Kyle Bradish, 1.86 ERA, 1.24 WHIP, 13.03 strikeouts per nine, which is 33%. 3.72 walks per nine, a 3.48 BABIP, a 2.12 FIP, and a 2.88 Sierra. Bullpen edge goes towards the Orioles. Hitting edge goes towards the Orioles here, who are absolutely mashing lefties as of late. 168 WRC plus, which is number one in baseball, compared to the Blue Jays 91 WRC plus against righties, which is 19th in baseball. And usually when I see those type of stats, I kind of want to look back, and we did this, I believe, with I forgot which team we did this with yesterday, who was absolutely mashing lefties, and then we look back at who they faced lefty-wise, and it's been just like bad pitcher after bad pitcher after bad pitcher. So I'm kind of interested to see who the Orioles have faced lefties-wise. And they have Mitchell Parker, Nick Lodolo, Andrew Abbott, Carlos Rodon, Nestor Cortez, J.P. Sears. They've actually placed Reed Detmers. They've actually faced some decent lefties, Cole Reagans, in the last 30 days. Okay, I'll give them their credit. They've been good against lefties, and they've faced good lefties too. And looking at this spot for me, though, we have the sharp money on the under, the line moving towards the under. It's down to a 7 now, 7.5 and some 7s. We could see some rain. There's about a 60% chance of precipitation at 1 o'clock, and it goes down to 46% at 2 o'clock. So this could see some rain, wind blowing in, and who knows? We might have a situation where we start the game and it gets stopped, and we see bullpens kick in potentially as well. I'm interested in this under though. I like with this type of weather, it's kind of like under weather for me. That's why this line's moved the way it has, I think, as well. And that's why the sharp money's on the under. Let's see what type of numbers they give me for an under here. We're starting to see 6.5s pop up for the full game. I can get minus 110 over on BetMGM. First 5 under 3.5.
I was going through the comments real quick, and technically this could have a opportunity of something snapping today. The Orioles haven't been swept in 102 series. It's ever since Adley Rutschman came up. The Baltimore Orioles have not been swept. Because the game got postponed yesterday, technically this is now a 2-game series. They lost the first game. I'm on the.
So there's no way they could swept.
Okay, shut up. So I obviously get day number 41. I actually had to put a little bit extra on my post today saying yesterday's game got postponed. Let's do this again. Day number 41 is 162, betting the Orioles every single game. Money line minus 120. I found a minus 120 now. Run line plus 165. The money line is 26-14 up 4.5. The run line is 21-19 up 10.9. So yeah, I'm riding on it. And hey, Kyle Bradish is somebody I trust. Although he's made 2 starts so far this year, 2 earned runs in 9 2/3 innings. But I trust Kyle Bradish. He's always made me money. So we'll grab a little bit. We'll continue backing the Orioles every single game.
I took the first 5 under 3.5 minus 110 over on BetMGM.
Right on. Orioles minus 1.5. Baseball spreads are easier than hockey spreads. Yes, they are, because you can't score a 3-point goal. So running back Orioles Nerfy and money line again after the void yesterday. There you go. Check your Fanatics account. Anyone out on there? I got a good size bonus free bet today, and this weekend they're doing 5 boosts per day.
Nice.
Wow. There you go. Take a stab at a Yerfy for plus 320, and I do like the Orioles. There you go.
Plus 320 for a Yerfy?
Probably 120. The Orioles, yeah, I saw that one. There's the post. Bradish over, Kikuchi under. I like it. Let's keep on rolling, Nick.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm interested to see what this Fanatics promo is. Let's get into it, though. The Milwaukee Brewers and the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Brewers minus 145 favorites, total of 8.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here between Martin Perez and Gasser. Your pitching matchup there. Line opened up at a 125, and it's now a 146. A big move towards the over in this one here. And then we get line open up at an 8.5 minus 120. It's now an 8.5 plus 105. So either move towards the under, and we've had a move towards the Brewers in this game here, expecting Gasser to pitch well. Taking a look at the cash flow, 58% of the tickets, 56% of the cash is on the over, with the line moving towards the under. 87% of the tickets and 57% of the cash on the Brewers, which explains the line move towards the Brewers here in this one. We have Martin Perez, 4.85 ERA, 1.54 WHIP, 7.27 strikeouts per 9, which is 18%, 2.77 walks per 9, a 361 BABIP, a 3.7 FIP, and a 4.50 SIERA. On the flip side, we have there we go. Robert Gasser, which I believe is making his 3rd start in the MLB. Where are you, Gasser? Robert Gasser. For these Milwaukee Brewers. This is his 2nd career start. He started his first career start against the St. Louis Cardinals, where he went 6 strong innings, gave up no earned runs on 2 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts, 6 innings pitched. He looked good. Was Robert Gasser a highly touted prospect or not really?
No.
Okay. Bullpen edge goes towards Pittsburgh. Hitting edge actually goes towards Pittsburgh in this game. They hit lefties better than Milwaukee does. 108 WRC plus, which is 13th against lefties for Pittsburgh. 99 WRC plus, which is 16th for the Brewers in this one here. And looking at this game being, this I think sets up nicely for another under. And I think I want to move on another under here to start off my day. I love these afternoon unders as well. This game starts at 1:10. So this game starts in about 2 hours. So I'm going to be on a couple unders to start my day.
The thing is, I don't really trust the pitcher. I don't trust Perez, who's allowed either in his last 5 starts, 4-3-0, good start there, 4-3. And most of those were at home, not even like in a spot that he's used to playing. And I'm not Robert Gasser was not anybody big coming up. He's off of 1 start where he threw 6 shutout innings against a bad St. Louis Cardinals team.
Now he's facing a bad Pittsburgh Pirates team.
I would lean more towards Milwaukee in this game. Going after them, I would have to run line it, obviously. The thing is, I could easily see this game being 8-3. Like, I could easily see it being higher scoring, and Martin Perez gets hit today. So I'm going to stay off of it. I will have other plays throughout the card, though. I promise.
Yep.
Including one in the next game that I'm putting up right now.
Yep. I got first 5 under 4.5 minus 120.
Okay.
We'll move on to the next one here. the Detroit Tigers and the Miami Marlins. I was able to split out yesterday because I grabbed the first 5 under in this game as well as the Tigers -1. So let's get into it here. This line opened up with the Tigers as -150 favorites. Now we're seeing 167. So we do have a move towards the Tigers in this game. Line opened up in an 8.5 -105. It's now an 8.5 -116. So market expectations for runs here: 56% of tickets, 67% of cash on the over said so as well. Does pique my interest in an over in this game as well. Maybe a Tigers team total over. 91% of tickets, 95% of cash is on the Tigers, which explains the line move towards the Tigers here in this one. I will be on Detroit in this game, minus on the -1 line. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. Trevor Rogers and Casey Mize. Rogers has not been very good. 7 ERA, 1.85 WHIP, 7.33 strikeouts per nine, which is 17%. 3.33 walks per nine, a 3.72 BABIP, a 5.05 FIP, and a 4.33 SIERA. On the flip side, Casey Mize, 3.18 ERA, 1.27 WHIP, 6.35 strikeouts per nine, which is 17%. 1.91 walks per nine, a 3.04 BABIP, a 3.3 FIP, and a 4.09 SIERA. We have the bullpen edge going slightly towards the Miami Marlins. It's about a toss-up, though. And then the hitting edge does go towards the Tigers, 87 WRC plus, which is 20th, compared to 83, which is 25th. So neither team particularly hitting that well. I will be on the first 5, or not the first 5. I will be on the -1 line. I'm shopping around trying to find the best number available right now.
We just got the run line on the site. Continuing to fade the Marlins every single game, so nothing really new there. Not trying to reinvent the wheel. It's been we called it earlier on in the season, and they've been the least profitable team in all of baseball so far this year. And it has not been particularly close. They've been way overvalued, and this is definitely a spot that I could see keep going. So I got plus 121 for the run line, and we're just gonna keep fading the Marlins.
I like it. I have to update my Bet365 app, so I was trying to put in my bet there, which is going to be -123.
Brewers and Phillies run line or money line? Brewers have to be a run line. Phillies would have to be a run line. Pirates plus 1.5. No, thank you. Brew Crew, if anything, the over. I kind of lean over in that game, yes. Tigers, yes. Marlins, Nerfing, whoever they play money line. Exactly. You understand. Let's keep on rolling, Nick. And yes, we'll probably end up having something on this game.
Yeah. The Washington Nationals and the Chicago White Sox, -140 for the White Sox, total 7.5 in this game. Patrick Corbin and Garrett Crochet, your pitching matchup here. The White Sox, -140 favorites in this game. Line opened up at a 139. It's up to a 142. So we do have a move towards these White Sox. Line opened up at an 8. It's down to a 7.5. So move towards the under here as well in this game. We have 89% of tickets, 83% of the cash on the over, with the line moving towards the under, which is quite interesting. And then we have 82% of the tickets and 52% of the cash is on the White Sox. So we have the White Sox as a public home favorite, which is interesting here. I have a little bit more interest in the total in this game, though. Let's get into the pitching matchup here. Patrick Corbin, 4.39 ERA, 1.69 WHIP, 6.41 strikeouts per nine, which is 16%, 4.05 walks per nine, a 352 BABIP, a 406 FIP, and a 4.92 SIERA. On the flip side, Garrett Crochet, 6.28 ERA, 1.19 WHIP, 13.5 strikeouts per nine, which is 36%. His strikeout rate is awesome. 2.51 walks per nine, a 328 BABIP, a 3.93 FIP, and a 2.44 SIERA. Both compared to 69 nice, which is 27th against lefties for the White Sox. I have no faith in the White Sox being able to score runs in this game as a big favorite in this one. And I think there may be value if you're looking for a team total under for the White Sox. I'm going to go with this first 5 under, though. When you look at this matchup here, we have two teams that are below average hitting, and I get it. It's Patrick Corbin on the mound, and not many people want an under with Corbin on the mound, but the line's gone from an 8 to a 7.5, which has been something that I've really looked at this year. When lines are moving certain ways, with the public on the over. I've been betting the under with great success, and I'm going to look to go back to it here in this spot where I'm going to be on the first 5 under, which let me see what the best available number is, and then I will go ahead and bet that, which I'm seeing 4 at minus 120 on Bet365. So first 5 under for me in this one.
I'm going to be on the Nationals. Sure, you can say it's Patrick Corbin Day. Garrett Crochet, I know we were high on coming into the year, although coming off a really good start against Cleveland. And he's actually been pitching a little bit better as of late. But this is a Nationals team, Nick, I know that me and you were a little bit higher on. And they've kind of because I believe they're a game under 500, but they're not as bad as we thought they were going to be. And they're currently 3rd place in the division. So there you go. This is a national team that I want to keep riding. You're getting them at plus money to fade the worst team in baseball right now. Yeah. Sign me up for the Nationals today with Patrick Corbin on the mound. You like you like the Nationals today?
I took the first 5 under 4.5 or 4 minus 120. I would lean Natties if I had to bet a side in this game, and I think Natties are worth a look. They do have the bullpen edge. And I'm kind of talking myself into the Nationals here, aren't I? Where, yeah, I can get plus 130 on Fanatics with them. I'm probably gonna grab that here as well. Nationals for me as well.
Yep, Nationals plus 130. There we go. I'm looking at the Nerfy sweep for this National Series. There you go. Nationals run line. Mets switch starters. Saw Hauser earlier. Now it's Luchucci. It's Luchucci, yes. What's Patrick Corbin Day mean besides he's pitching? Last year, Patrick Corbin was the 2nd most profitable pitcher in baseball. I know that sounds crazy to say, but I'm pulling it up now. Patrick Corbin last year, the Nationals were 15-17 when he pitches. But you were up 9.12 units. The only pitcher that was better and more profitable last year was Dean Kramer, who was 24-8, and you were up about 16 units. The rest of the top 5 was Tajon Walker, Andrew Abbott, and Wade Miley. That's what I mean by Patrick Corbin Day. We backed him all the time last year and made some money. Any WNBA plays today, gentlemen? Yeah, Sparks and the Wings. DMV 2-teamer, of course, Nats and O's. I like it. Nationals. Yes, Nationals today.
Yeah, I got 125 with the Nationals. As I was clicking it in on Fanatics, it dropped from 130 to 125, but I'm still fine with it. And I got the Tigers -1, minus 123. That was the line I got for them. So there we go. Arizona Diamondbacks, Cincinnati Reds. The Diamondbacks -140 favorites, total of 8.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this game here between Andrew Abbott and Brandon Pfaadt. Line opening up. If this will click, that'd be cool. There we go. At 131, it's up to a 139. Line will open up at a 9. It's down to an 8.5. So a move towards the under and a move towards the Diamondbacks in this game here. 76% of the tickets, 78% of cash is on the over, with the line moving towards the under. 88% of the tickets, 91% of cash is on the Diamondbacks here as well. Taking a look at the pitching matchup here, Andrew Abbott and Brandon Pfaadt. Abbott, 3.31 ERA, 1.13 whip, 7.99 strikeouts per 9, which is 22%, 2.2 walks per 9, a 2.47 BABIP, a 4.9 FIP, and a 4.14 Sierra. On the flip side, Pfaadt, 4.46 ERA, 1.16 whip, 7.18 strikeouts per 9, which is 19%, 1.73 walks per 9, a 2.79 BABIP, but 3.57 FIP, and a 4.05 Sierra. Bullpen edge does go towards the Cincinnati Reds. A massive hitting edge, though, towards the Arizona Diamondbacks, who struggle against righties, but they do not struggle against lefties. 153 WRC plus, which is number 2 in baseball, compared to the Reds, 71 WRC plus, which is 28th in baseball. I don't have an interest in this game here. The way that the Diamondbacks hit lefties is going to be, I think, enough to keep me off of the under in this game. And I just don't have too much of an interest in this one here. two teams that I haven't been able to get right this series. I keep getting burned by the first 5 under, so I'm staying off of that there as well. So pass.
Give me the Diamondbacks. This is still a Cincinnati Reds team that has been struggling. And yes, Cincinnati won yesterday. Good for them. With P. Fatty on the mound, Andrew Abbott has not looked good this season. 16 runs in 43 innings. But this is not the same Andrew Abbott that we were expecting to see. I feel like we were expecting to see a lot more from him this year. Kind of a match with it. So I don't know. This just seems like a spot where I would much rather be going after the Diamondbacks, and I would be taking the run line here. So sign me up. I'd rather go run line for this for the Diamondbacks today.
Good luck. I'm staying off.
I missed Gigi Gonzalez day. Yeah, I know. There's a bunch of pitchers I miss. Yo. D-backs money line. I would have to run line it. Sparks look like a live home dog. Yes, they do. I like it, Joe. We're already on the same page. Joe, we're already 2-0-1 to start the year. So let's keep rolling with the WNBA. Pass and Reds. And Joe, I sure hope you faded your Fever yesterday. I hope you did, because that would have worked out nicely. When did the Fever play next? Fever played. All right, I'll back the Fever tomorrow. Fever at home versus the Liberty.
Is it Caitlin Clark's first home game?
Caitlin Clark's first home game. That one I'll back. That one for sure. So there you go. There's my WNBA game for tomorrow. Anyways, let's move on to the next one, Nick. The Red Hot Rockies.
Yeah, the Rockies and the Padres line opening up at a -245 down to a 241. Line open up at 7.5 down to a 7. So move towards the under and move towards the Rockies in this game here. Let's take a look at the cash flow where we have 10% of the tickets and 59% of the cash is on the under. Sharp money coming in on said under. 92% of tickets and 92% of the cash is on the Padres. The live moving towards the Red Hot Rockies in this game here. Austin Gomber and Michael King, your pitching matchup, where we have Gomber 2.7 ERA, 1.07 WHIP, 4.8 strikeouts per 9, which is 13%, 2.1 walks per 9, a 220 BABIP, a 4.96 FIP, and a 4.78 Sierra. On the flip side, Michael King 3.89 ERA, 1.24 WHIP, 10.13 strikeouts per 9, which is 27%. 3.38 walks per 9, a 253 BABIP, a 503 FIP, and a 3.61 Sierra. Bullpen edge does go towards the Padres. Hitting edge, I mean, if you want to say there's one, it's with the Rockies, 69 WRC plus, which is 29th against righties. And the Padres are actually, they don't hit lefties. As of late, the last 28 days, 29th in baseball against lefties, 62 WRC plus. So we have big sharp money coming on this under. The line moving towards the under. Two teams that are 29th against the respective opponent's arm. This is another under for me. I just keep loading up my cards with unders. And I don't hate doing that because I really do actually don't mind betting unders at all. And this is another spot here where this just looks like a good under spot for me. I'm getting 4 at -125. I'm going to be on this first 5 under 4 Rockies and Padres.
Give me the Rockies. Some nice big plus money, and you know what? I'll even do you one better. Give me the Rockies on the run line. During the 6-game win streak, they've covered the -1.5 run line in 5 out of the 6. So if I'm going to go after something, let's go after some big plus money. Plus 350 for their run line today.
Reverse run line.
I really like Colorado to keep the hot streak going. They look good right now. 3 wins against a win against San Fran, 3 against the defending champs, and now in San Diego. Sorry, they've taken the first 2, and this is the last game of the series. They're going for the sweep. There's no way the Padres get swept at home against the Rockies, right? Yeah, sign me up for some more Rockies action. Nick, Rockies today?
I would lead in that direction. I like this under way better though.
Heard. I can get plus 218 for the Rockies.
Fair. Let's head back to the chat. Where do you leave off? Because I see 43. I haven't clicked in a while. There we go. I thought for sure either Liberty or Aces were going to lose yesterday. Woof. It was close. Fair. Rockies money line. Morning. Intended you catch the Oakland Athletics. They lost to the Astros. Blanco got ejected. There was something in his glove. I'm just letting you know.
So you asked me if I cashed, and then you say they lost. So you already know the answer to it. You're just trying to talk shit.
There you go. Over 7. I can't get to that over. No. I thought about the Nerfy, but then saw it was Gomber. So pass. I will take the Rockies first 5 and full game. I actually really like that Nerfy. I think it's a good one. Yeah, no way the Padres get swept. Fever first half and full game tomorrow.
Yes, Fever.
Fair enough. Let's continue on here. Seattle Mariners and Kansas City Royals. Mariners -140 favorites. Total of 7.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot where we have, where is it? There we go. Alec Marsh and Brandon Woo. Your starting pitching matchup here. Line open up at a 145. It's down to a 142. Line open up in an 8. It's down to a 7.5. So we've had to move towards the under. We've had to move towards the Royals in this game here. We have 88% of tickets, 87% of the cash on the over. The line dropping. Here we go again. Here's another under. And 79% of the tickets, 74% of the cash is on the Mariners, and the line moving towards the Royals. That actually really piques my interest in Kansas City here. Marsh, 2.21 ERA, 1.03 whip, 7.08 strikeouts per nine, which is 19%, 3.1 walks per nine, and 211 BABIP, a 404 FIP, and a 4.38 Sierra. Woo coming back from in his first start last game because he was hurt this season so far. Let me get up what he did in his first start, where he looked good. No earned runs, 1 hit, 1 walk in 4 1/3 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts against the Oakland A's. Only 4 1/3, but still looked good doing it. Bullpen edge goes towards the Mariners. Hitting edge goes towards the Mariners here. 113 WRC plus, which is 6th against righties compared to 85, which is 23rd. This is a lean towards the under for me. I'm tempted to pull the trigger on this under. But can I get if I can get a 4.5, I will. If it's just 4s, I'm going to stay off. If they can not give me a 4.5 because the only 4.5s I can get are -138 and -140. So nope, no play for me in this game. It's a pass.
I kind of look towards Seattle. This is Brandon Woo is a guy that I was high on coming into the year, so I do like him. He's coming off a really good start. Granted, it was against Oakland, but he's coming off of a solid start himself. Alec Marsh has been one of those guys this year that's actually been kind of consistent for this Kansas City team. And here's why I'm going to stay off this game. Alec Marsh is 6-0, or sorry, the Royals are 6-0 when he starts games this year. With wins against Baltimore, the White Sox, the Mets, Baltimore again, Toronto, and LA, the Angels. So Marsh has been one of those nice pieces for the Royals. So it's going to kind of keep me off this game because I like both these pitchers. I can understand the under. I'm just not going to attack it this game. But, hey, I have win totals for both these two teams. So at least but one of them is guaranteed to get a win.
There you go.
Over 7. I'm guessing that was for.
That was the Mariner, or that was not the Mariner game. That was the.
Oh wait, you already mentioned Fever. You already mentioned the Fever game.
Yeah, that's 3 chat.
Woo! You already know it. Mariners money line and Nerfy. Kind of like, yeah. Royals. Both these teams have solid rotations. I still stand by my thought process. The Seattle Mariners have the best starting rotation in baseball. Let's head to this game, Nick, which the series has flipped and gone to Philadelphia.
Yep. We are in Philadelphia here with the Phillies and the Mets. Line opened up at a 170. It's up to a 190 now. So we have had a decent move towards the Phillies in this game. Line opened up at an 8, and now it's a 7.5. So we'll move towards the under to move towards the Phillies here in this spot. We have 92% of tickets, 96% of the cash is on the Phillies in this game. 72% of tickets, 73% cash on the over, and the line moving towards the under, which is interesting as well. I believe if this hits a minus 200, this is cash cow material with the Phillies here. The public home favorite, line moving up towards it, things on all those things here. I have the wrong pitcher listed. It's Joey Luchucci making his first start of the season, taking on Ranger Suarez, who's been absolutely phenomenal. Let's take a look at Ranger Suarez, 0.97 whip ERA, 0.73 whip, 8.76 strikeouts per nine, which is 27%, 1.22 walks per nine, a 225 BABIP, a 2.4 FIP, and a 2.69 Sierra. Bullpen edge does go towards the Mets, a major hitting edge towards the Phillies here, 122 WRC plus, which is 8th, compared to 61, which is dead last for the Mets against left-handed pitching this year, against arguably one of the best pitchers in the National League right now. I saw an interesting stat the other day. It just shows how crazy deep this Philly pitching staff is. Aaron Nola, like complete game shutout yesterday, and lowered his ERA, and his ERA is still 4th on the team.
They've also played nobody.
They've also played nobodies. Yes, but yeah. It's Phillies or nothing for me. I would go Philly run line before anything here in this game, but it's not a game I have particular interest in.
Yeah, no, I don't either. Yeah, we looked it up. The only team over 500 that the Phillies have played was opening weekend against the Braves. That is it. Because now the Padres are under 500 too. So every single team that they play besides that, which just means their schedule's only going to get tougher. So be ready for some regression from this Phillies team. I'm not touching them today. They are a very solid home team, 15-7 at home this year. I'm not messing with this one. This one just seems like a game that could be very close. But everybody's kind of get the pitching matchup of Luchucci, who hasn't pitched in the majors this year, and Ranger Suarez, who's been fantastic. I don't know. This just seems like a spot that Mets could keep it close. I'm not relying on it, though.
Sure.
Let's go Mets, speed and power, baby. Yeah, okay. Took the Nerfy against again, moved along, still not back in the Mets. I do not blame you. Royals, 4.5 first 5, the over 3.5 first 5, Phillies games plus 188, not a bad cheap piece. There you go. Under, I'm not scared of Ranger Suarez. Come on. Okay, that's fine. Suarez to record the win, plus 115. Ranger deals again today. I could see Ranger Suarez dealing today, for sure. Maybe look towards the under in that game too. Let's keep on rolling though, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Boston Red Sox and the Tampa Bay Rays. Red Sox minus 125 favorites, total of 8 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history here between Tanner Houck and Tage Bradley. Line opened up at a 133. It's down to a 127. So we do have a 6-cent line movement towards Boston in this game. Once again, another line movement towards the under. Went from an 8.5 down to an 8. From an 8.5 to an 8. In this one here. Let's take a look at the cash flow. We have 62%, 49% of the tickets, 62% of the cash is on the under. Line moving towards it. Makes sense. 78% of the tickets and 80% of cash on the Red Sox with line moving towards the Rays. I think the Rays may be a little bit more of a bet on team going forward. Especially with Bradley back. I really like Bradley. I really like Houck. Maybe this is just a simple under. Bradley, 1.5 ERA, 1 whip. Let me make sure before I read off of his numbers. I think he's only pitched once. He's pitched once. He went 6 innings, gave up 1 earned run on 4 hits, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, and 6 innings pitched, and a 2-0 loss against the New York Yankees. He pitched great, got the loss, and it was not his fault that the Yankees couldn't, or that the Rays couldn't score him a run. Tanner Houck, he's been a nice little surprise if you're the Boston Red Sox this year. 2.9 ERA, 1.04 whip, 7.36 strikeouts per nine, which is 20%. 1.34 walks per nine, and 289 BABIP, but 2.51 FIP, and a 3.30 Sierra. Bullpen edge going towards the Red Sox. Hitting edge going towards the Red Sox. 101 WRC plus, which is 10th, compared to 96, which is 14th. For me, it's Rays or nothing if you're looking at the side in this game. The way the market's moving tells me the Rays are a live dog in this game, which Rays first 5, if you're looking at something along those lines, you can get plus 110 on FanDuel, plus 110 on Bet365. For the first 5 under here is another lean of mine. Line, you can get that around 4 minus 105, or if you want to pay up, 4.5 minus 140 on Fanatics. So it's a lean towards the Rays and the first 5 and the first 5 under. I don't think I'm getting to either of them, but it's a very enticing matchup.
I'll go and take the under. This is a Red Sox team that's had really solid pitching as of late, and they've gone under in 9 out of 10. So this is and that's what I mentioned with the Red Sox earlier in the year. That's why I like them to be so good. I said this pitching staff's going to step up this year, and they have. Red Sox have been very, very consistent pitching this year, and with the two offenses the way that they are, I'm gonna back the under here. Under 8 at minus 105 for me, Nick.
Under 8. I'm actually very tempted on that under. I want to move on it. First 5 under 4 minus 105. Yeah, we'll move on that here. First 5 under for me.
Let's roll.
Where's this game?
Rays, Red Sox. After a pass after the first game in the series, not interested in today. Fair. Let's go to this one, Nick, where the Cubbies are the Braves are trying to go for the sweep.
Yeah, and I got minus 110 for the last game. First 5 under 4 over on Bet365. So
I don't know.
Chicago Cubs, Atlanta Braves. Braves minus 165 favorites. Total of 9 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history here. Cubs and Braves, where we have Javier Assad versus Charlie Morton. Line open up at 160. It's up to 169. Line open up at 8.5. It's up to a 9. So move towards the over in this game as well. Where 35% of the tickets and 64% of the cash is on the over. Sharp money on over here in this spot. 91% of tickets, 99% cash on the Braves with the line moving towards them. Here we have Charlie Morton, Javier Assad. Assad 1.72 ERA, 1.09 WHIP, 6.61 strikeouts per 9, which is 18%. 2.87 walks per 9, a 245 BABIP, a 306 FIP, and a 4.50 SIERA. On the flip side, Charlie Morton, 3.13 ERA, 0.95 WHIP, 8.53 strikeouts per 9, which is 25%, 1.99 walks per 9, a 253 BABIP, a 3.35 FIP, and a 3.33 SIERA. Bullpen edge going towards the Atlanta Braves. Hitting edge going towards the Cubbies here, 91 WRC plus, which is 20th compared to 82, which is 26. I don't know why this line's moving towards the over. I don't know why the sharp money is on the over in this game. I don't. Neither of these teams are hitting particularly well. Maybe it's a win. Maybe it's a weather conditions type of thing. And both these pitchers are pitching pretty decent, which just tells me this game's finishing 7-5. Because that's what the way the markets are pointing towards it. That kind of also checks out a little bit here that the wind's blowing out about 10 miles an hour at first pitch. So maybe that's kind of what they're reading into as well. It's over or nothing for me, just because I'm not going to ignore the market like that. But I lean over.
I kind of lean over as well. Actually, I think we're going to attack that. I know this Braves team has been a heavy under team as of late, but yeah, no, you mentioned all that line movement, and I'm not a big Charlie Morton person. He's been a little bit inaccurate this year. He's walking a lot of batters, and I think the Cubbies can take advantage of that. I'm just waiting for this Cubs offense to turn on, and I think we're going to see it today. A team the Cubs are not going to get shut out 3 games in a row. That's just not going to happen. So I'm going to go over in this game. And that's what market's telling us this one's going over.
It is. It really is. I don't bet many overs. And this is one where it doesn't make sense. It does not make sense to me. And those are usually the ones that have the highest ROIs, or when the markets move in a way that I don't understand.
Yep.
I'm going to play this over. I'm just going to play this over. I'm just going to listen to the market here. And
over 9 minus 106.
Yeah, I can get an over 9 at minus 1. I'm seeing 110. Yeah. Over on Bet36 or ESPN bets give me an 8.5, but it's minus 135. I'd rather take the 9. In this game here, and I can get a 9 minus 110 on FanDuel, and I'm going to move on it there.
There you go. Braves run line. I wouldn't talk you off of it. I believe Ramon said this trend on his channel. Braves are 18-1 or something to the effect of on the under. They have been a heavy under team as of late.
Then why is this market moving the way it is?
That's why we're on the over now. Do you guys have any home run prop ideas for today's slate?
I don't really bet many overs, so.
I'll give you one from the early game. You know what? I'll give you two. Hopefully one of them hits. Adley Rutschman or Gunnar Henderson.
JD Martinez. He's been hitting much better as of late. I kind of like him.
CJ Abrams.
CJ Abrams is not a bad option as well. I do have the under in that game, but he's not a bad option as well.
Nerfy again. Morton's the only guy that worries me. I agree. Morton would worry me with that. I like this game, Nick.
Yeah, I'm just punching in my bet real quick. I'm getting over 9 minus 110 FanDuel. That's what betting it over feels like. All right. Let's get into it here. The Minnesota Twins and the New York Yankees. The Twins minus 130 favorites at home, total 8 in this game. Marcus Stroman and Pablo Lopez. Line open up at a 105. It's up to a 130. So the line moving towards the Twins. Line open up at an 8 and minus 120. It's now an 8 and minus 113. So a move towards the under and a move towards the Twins in this game here, expecting Pablo Lopez to pitch well. 44% of the tickets, 99% of the cashes are coming in on New York Yankees with the line moving towards the Twins. 71% of the tickets and 78% of the cash on the over with the line moving towards the under. I'm going to be very invested into the slate, aren't I? Because this is spelling out under for me. Well, let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. Marcus Stroman's really struggled as of late. And actually, the way that these two teams are hitting, I don't think I can support an under in this game. 4.91 ERA, 1.79 whip for Marcus Stroman in the last 30 days, 8.06 walks, strikeouts per nine, which is 19%. 5.26 walks per nine, just walks way too many batters. 342 BABIP, a 6.28 FIP, and a 4.63 SIERA. On the flip side, Pablo Lopez, 4.31 ERA, 1.02 whip, 13.21 strikeouts per nine, which is 37%. 2.01 walks per nine, a 299 BABIP, but 306 FIP, and a 2.26 SIERA. The hitting edge or the bullpen edge goes towards the Twins. The hitting edge goes towards the Yankees. 127 WRC plus, which is third in baseball against righties, compared to 118, which is fifth. Both these teams are hitting righties so well right now, which I think will end up keeping me off this over or off this under. It's Twins or nothing, I think, for me in this game, but I'll pass.
Well, we're gonna jump on the Twins. I like the Twins in this game. We're fading Stroman. Stroman has not been good. I'm going one step further. I'm taking the run line here at plus 163. This is a Twins team that has their first 20 games compared to their next 20 games were night and day. This team turned something around, and they look great now. Granted, they did lose last night. I'm not as concerned about it. But I think it's a good bounce back spot for them against a pitcher that I really do not trust. So sign me up for a little bit of Twinkie action today with Pablo Lopez on the mound.
There you go.
Over 7.5 in the Yankees. I do not like the Yankees today. Yerfy, both these guys don't look right. Pablo Lopez will get better. Should we go for the sweep, Nick?
I said this. I put this out on a tweet when because I think Jose Bucat retweeted out when he saw Leader pitching game 2, all excited, and I saw the thing and I said Guardians sweep, and they've won the first 2 games. Guardians look good, other than losing 3 out of 4 to the Cleveland or the Chicago White Sox in their last series. They've looked pretty good. Let's get into it here. Cookie Carrasco and John Gray, your pitching matchup. Line opened up at a 146. It's up to 158. So the market's indicating that the Texas Rangers probably avoid the sweep today. Line opened up at an 8.5 minus 120. It's now an 8.5 minus 127. So move towards the over here as well. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this one, where we have 91% of the tickets, 92% of the cash on the over, which explains the line move towards the over. 76% of the tickets are on the Rangers, which explains the line move towards the Rangers, but 59% of the cash is not. In this one, we saw a very similar line movement in this game last night. where we saw the line move towards Texas, but the bigger amount of money was on the Guardians, and I think I'm going to go back to the Guardians in this game here. I've been on the last couple games. My only regret was not fading the Rangers every game of this losing streak so far, because you could have cashed some really nice plus money tickets with the Rockies in those games. I'm seeing plus 140 is around the best option here for this game, plus 135 range. I think, yeah. So I think I'm getting 135 on Bet365. So that's where I'm going to go for this game.
I got 148.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right? Hey, Guardians for the sweep. This is a Texas team that we said we wanted to fade, that their pitching just does not look like they have it this year. They have some injuries that they just look like they're struggling. Now they're back to even 500. I think after today, under 500. This is a Texas team that's been overvalued because they won the World Series last year. That's all it is. And I'm just going to keep fading them here. I do not believe they should be this big of favorites. I know Cookie Carrasco does not have a good track history. He's pitched okay this year. So this is a Guardian spot once again for the sweep. Give me Cleveland. I got 148.
Yeah. And here's the thing for the Rangers is that we'll actually be back in the Rangers a little bit in the beginning of June.
Marlins,
when they had to play the Marlins. Their schedule does not get any easier, though. I mean, they get the Angels for 3 at home, but we've seen what they've done against the Rockies as of late. And then they go to Philadelphia, to Minnesota. They play Arizona, at Miami. Then Detroit at home, San Fran at home, then to the Dodgers, to the Mariners. Then they play the Mets and the Royals. And then at Milwaukee, at Baltimore, San Diego, Tampa Bay. Their schedule does not get any easier coming up. And I said that Houston was going to be equal 500 by what was it? The end of June, and by the beginning of June, maybe not the beginning of June because they have them by 4 games right now. Give the Astros a month. Give them till June 15th, and we'll see the Astros above the Rangers in the standings. So because the Astros schedule gets way softer, and the Rangers does not. So I do think the Astros jump the Rangers by at least June 15th. It's only 4 games.
Yeah. Twins are like plus 120 Central Division. We're like plus 285. The Twins still have a chance to win the division. Cleveland money line. Jose Ramirez home run. I like it. Let's go Indians Guardians. Same thing. That might be on the the other DK up 2 promo.
Cleveland Guardians. That's a great up 2 promo. They're a road dog.
3 games left, Nick, and I know you mentioned this series already.
Yep. And by the way, real quick, little hockey news for tonight. The Dallas Stars announced that Fosca is coming back in the lineup. Rupe Hintz with an upper body injury will be unavailable for tonight. Chris Tanev is good to go after leaving the last game. So there you go. So a little bit of injury news there. No Rupe Hintz. Houston Astros and Oakland Athletics, your next matchup here, though. The Astros minus 235 favorites with a total of 8.5. Line opened up at a 233. It's now 235. Line opened up at an 8.5 minus 120. It's down to an 8.5 minus 105. So move towards the under and a move towards the Astros in this game here. 97% of the tickets, 99% of the cash is on the Astros. The line moving towards them. Public home favorite. Cash cow. This feels like a cash cow spot here for the Houston Astros. 52% of tickets, 52% of the cash is on the over as well. We have Framber Valdez and Aaron Brooks. Brooks making his first appearance of the year. I don't have any numbers for him. This is his
first appearance since September 25th of 2022 with the St. Louis Cardinals.
There you go. We got no information on him. Valdez, 4.67 ERA, 1.33 WHIP. I don't think he's pitched much in the last 30 days. So let me check real quick. He's pitched twice. Where he gave up. He had one bad start. He gave up 5 earned runs on 9 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, and 5 1/3 innings pitched. Wait, no, he's pitched 3 times. Yeah, he's had 1 bad start where he gave up 5 earned runs against the Mariners. He only gave up 2 earned runs against the Rockies, 2 earned runs against the Tigers. So he's been okay. Bullpen edge goes towards the Oakland A's a little bit. The Oakland A's bullpen's been really good. They did use Mason Miller yesterday, though, and they did go to 10 innings. So hitting edge does go slightly towards the Athletics, though, where we have 110 WRC plus, which is 111 WRC plus, which is 10th against lefties. They hit lefties pretty well, the Oakland A's, and the Astros 95 WRC plus, which is 16th. I'm going to actually back the Astros in this game. This looks like a cash cow spot with the public home favorite, with the line moving towards them, up in the 200s range. We see this type of market have pretty decent success. It's minus 115 for the run line. I'm taking the Houston run line in this game. I said heading into the series that Houston sweeps.
That's fine. I still am not going to go and trust this Houston Astros team at this big of a number. Just not something I want to go and put my money towards. This line's a little bit too wide for me. If it was a little bit less, maybe, but this is still an Astros team that, yeah, they're playing a little bit better as of late, but I still don't believe that they deserve to be this big of favorites. So for right now, no, this is a stay away spot for me, Nick. Good luck with your Astros, but I'm not going to go after it.
Yeah. By the way, I got plus 350 for them to win the division. It's now down to 3-1. So it's already moved 50 cents. So it's always nice to see the line moving in the right direction.
There you go. I got to get Astros futures in today at the latest.
Yep. You should have gotten them in 5 days ago.
A's money line, Astros are cheaters.
Keep giving the cheaters whatever's things there. I like the Astro hate so people can bet against them.
I'd beam Altuve first pitch. I'm pretty sure a lot of teams have done that. And then Murphy.
Wasn't even Altuve.
What happened to the Islanders?
Where have you been? That happened a while ago. We're still talking about things 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago?
We got 2 games left, Nick.
Yeah, we have the St. Louis Cardinals and the LA Angels. Minus 115 favorites, total of 8.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here, where we have Lance Lynn and Griffin Canning. What a pitching! I've actually not minded this series. Game 2 is not as good as Game 1, but let's get into it here. Line opened up at a 108, up to a 119. Line opened up at a 115, down to a 105 for the under or for the over. So move towards the under, move towards the Cardinals in this game here. 94% of tickets. And 43% of tickets, 91% of cash on the Angels in this game. 69% of tickets, nice, and 76% of the cash is on the over in this game as well. Taking a look at the pitching matchup here, Lance Lynn and Griffin Canning. Lynn, 4.39 ERA, 1.43 WHIP, 6.75 strikeouts per nine, which is 17%. 4.05 walks per nine, a 293 BABIP, a 4.1 FIP, and a 4.81 SIERA. Griffin Canning, 4.94 ERA, 1.26 WHIP, 6.68 strikeouts per nine, which is 18%. 3.19 walks per nine, a 280 BABIP, a 3.77 FIP, and a 4.67 SIERA. Bullpen edge goes towards the Cardinals in that game, and the hitting edge does go towards the Cardinals here as well. 102 WRC plus, which is ninth, compared to 93, which is 17th. For me, it's St. Louis or nothing in this game. Laying this type of number with Lance Lynn on the road is not very appealing whatsoever, though. So I don't think I'm actually going to get involved with it, but it would be I can only look towards the Cardinals in this game.
Yeah, I'm not messing with this bum fight. You know my opinions on Lance Lynn. Obviously, we made a lot of money fading him last year. He has been about the same 4-4 this year. The Cardinals are when he pitches. Griffin Canning, I'm not really – he's been up and down this year, 26 earned runs and 40 innings, which is not particularly good. Now, this is not a matchup I need to get to. I actually my last play of the card was the Guardians. So I'm not touching the next game either, although I do like Logan Webb. I'm not touching the next games. So this I actually have nothing left on my card for today.
Fair.
Opinions on taking the spark spread and the wing spread. I'm on both. Have we talked puck yet? Yes, we have.
Yes.
Fade Lance Lynn. I agree. The last nerfy of the night for me, and I'll pass on the side as usual. And LAA bats needs wake up before I touch that shit. Yeah, that's fair. All right, Nick. Final game of the night. I already know where you're going.
Yeah, and here's the problem with this game, though, for a real breakdown, is we don't have a pitcher for the Dodgers in this game here. I am listening action when I bet this because I fade them every game. And for me, I just want to see how it does. I'm betting them every game. I'm betting against them every game. I'm not stopping because they win games. I'm not stopping because they lose games. I'm not stopping. I'm betting it every game. So for people telling me to stop doing it, no, I'm not going to. That's just the way it is. I want to make the bets. I want to live with my consequences. I like Logan Webb. I really like Logan Webb. 2.7 ERA, 1.31 WHIP, 7.12 strikeouts per nine, 19%, 2.45 walks per nine, a 330 BABIP, a 283 FIP, and a 3.11 SIERA. I really don't have much of a breakdown other than I'm just continuing my fade every day just to see how it does. I'm getting plus 120 with the San Francisco Giants in this game, and that's the way I'm going for this one to end out my card. Giants plus 120. We do not know who the pitcher for the Dodgers is going to be, which probably tells me it's probably someone making a spot start. And you give me a guy making a spot start against Logan Webb, arguably the most underrated pitcher in baseball. I'll be interested in taking that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's hard to bet a game when you don't know the pitcher, for sure. Which is a big reason why I'm staying off this game. So we get to end the card of the pass, and we don't have to worry about it. Giants money line. Do we select the Mavs? I never liked the Mavs. Did not at all. That is all of the games for today. Before we head on out, we'll go ahead and quickly plug everything. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. We appreciate all the support. Check out all links in the description below. YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. All of those are linked down below. We're posting on those every single day. If you guys are interested in becoming a member of the YouTube channel, $5.99 a month, 16 cents a day. That's where you get all of our best bets that we put up on the site, along with my college baseball. There is no college baseball today. That will be back tomorrow because there's Thursday, Friday, Saturday games. So I'm excited for that. And then we got conference tournaments and then the bracket. So we're excited. But all of that will be over on the community post under member only. Now, recap for today. I'm still not bothering with hockey. I'm on the Thunder today. And then for baseball, Orioles, Tigers, Natties, D-backs, Rockies, under in the Rays game, over in the Braves game, the Twinkies, and the Guardians. Nick?
Yeah. For the NHL, I doubled up on the Avalanche. I got them first period, plus 112, full game, plus 130. I expect them to step up after an embarrassing effort in game 4. And if they don't, then it's one last ride with them. Baseball. Toronto, Baltimore, first 5 under 3.5, bet MGM. Pittsburgh, Milwaukee, first 5 under 4.5, minus 120. Bet 365. Detroit, minus 123, bet 365. Washington, Nationals, plus 125, Fanatics. Washington, Chicago, first 5 under 4, minus 120, bet 365. Colorado, San Diego, first 5 under 4, minus 120, bet 365. Tampa Bay, Boston, first 5 under 4, minus 110, bet 365. Chicago, Atlanta, over 9, minus 110, FanDuel. Cleveland Guardians, plus 135, bet 365. Houston Astros, run line, minus 115, bet 365. And the San Francisco Giants, plus 120 on bet 365.
Right on. Two more comments. Avalanche. Agreed.
Yes.
There you go. That's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. We'll be back tomorrow with another one. Peace out, guys.